Let's make Cuban style black beans. All right, so to save time and because not everybody has an Instant Pot or a pressure cooker, I'm gonna be using canned beans. These aren't the ones that I showed in my last video that are Cuban style. Those already come seasoned. I'm using a big can. This one is 29 ounces. Or you could also use just one of these cans, the smaller ones, and split the recipe, or just two of the smaller cans because the difference isn't that much in quantity. You wanna make sure that the ingredients are just black beans, water, and salt. Start out by chopping up half of a green bell pepper and one whole onion. If you're making less, like if you're only making one of these cans, then just use half an onion and a quarter of the green bell pepper. What we're making is the base of what we call sofrito, which is the base of a lot of our recipes and a lot of our meals. If you want to go ahead and just throw all of these ingredients in a food processor rather than cutting them by hand, you could do that too. All right, so I'm going to be using one of these pots. You can go ahead and use a frying pan just to cook down your sofrito, then add in your beans. I'm just going to do it in here because I can do it all in the same pot. Go ahead and add a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. If you have manteca de puerco, lard, go ahead and add that because that's going to give it the most flavor. I'm just using extra virgin olive oil today. Actually, I believe the manteca de puerco is called rendered pork fat. If you see that in your supermarket, go ahead and add that to all of your beans. So we're gonna turn it on to like a medium heat and we're gonna let it get hot before we add in our green bell pepper and our onion. We're gonna let that cook down until the onions are translucent and the green bell pepper softens up. Once your onion and green pepper look like this, we're gonna go ahead and add in some garlic. If you have fresh garlic, go ahead and use 4 to 5 cloves. I'm using this minced garlic today. And I'm just gonna add a big teaspoon of it. Let it cook for like a minute or two, just until it's fragrant. Then we're gonna go ahead and add in our beans. I'm using the big can today. Don't drain out the liquid or anything, just dump the whole thing in. Then we're gonna take the can and we're gonna add about half of the can full of water. Next, we're gonna season this. I like to season mine with sazon completa, complete seasoning, oregano, cumin, then a tiny little squirt of tomato paste. If you don't have tomato paste, you can use tomato sauce, just a little bit. And then I like to add a little bit of sugar. And then this is completely optional. This is ají cachucha from my mother-in-law's neighbor's tree. And every time that she has a bunch, she just gives us a little baggie that I keep in the freezer. These are like super potent. I don't know what the name in English is, but I'll put it right here when I find out. They're super, super strong. So for the beans, if I find a small one like this, and I just throw in a small one. But these bigger ones, I only use half because the taste is like overpowering. I'm gonna open it up and let the seeds kind of be exposed. And then I'm just gonna throw it in. And I'm gonna bring this to a boil and then I'm gonna lower it and let it simmer for 15 to 20 minutes and your beans are done. All right, so it's the next day. Yesterday I made them super early. We were gonna have them for dinner and my husband had other plans. We went out to dinner and we never ended up eating the black beans. But here they are. And I'm gonna heat them up for dinner now so you can see how they turned out. So these are the beans. Just taste. De verdad que quedaron buenos. They're good. Make them.